Computer technology or basic needs. Some people think that governments should spend as much money as possible on developing computer technology or buying computers, while others think that governments should spend money on the basic needs of their people. As far as I am concerned, this money should be spent on some more basic needs, such as protecting the environment and improving public services. In the first place, pollution of the environment has become the biggest problem in today's society. People will not find clean water to drink if they do not do some work to keep the water clean. There would be no fresh air if everyone in the city drives a car to work. More and more wild animals are facing the danger of extinction because of the shortage of habitats. There would be no more wild animals if people continue to destroy forests. Therefore, there are more basic things that governments should do, such as keeping the water clean, keeping the air fresh, and keeping the forests intact. In the second place, there are many problems with the public transportation system in big cities. The buses during the rush hour are overcrowded. Some people cannot get to work on time because they spend too much time on the buses or trains. Consequently, government should spend more money to improve public transportation systems, which will benefit the people and the business in their cities. From what I have discussed above, everyone can see that there are more things a government should do than buying computers, such as protecting the environment and improving public services. Therefore, I think governments should spend more money on the basic needs of the people instead of spending a lot of money developing computer technology or buying computers.
The challenges of settling
Work
on
by
Mars.
hand vs machine in general, there are two ways of making products, one is by hand and the other is by machine. It is undeniable that products can be manufactured easily and efficiently by machine. But for me, I prefer handmade items for their features of individualism and flexibility. First of all, handmade products are more unique and personal. Take birthday cards as an example. Instead of same pictures on the printed cards available in the market, well-chosen images such as our own photos printed on a self-made card can surely distinguish the card from others. Owing to its uniqueness, the self-designed card will be of greater value for the person who receives it. What's more, garments made by hand are fitter than machine-made ones. Although men's suits and ladies' dresses can easily be found in shops that sell machine-made clothes, many people go for tailor-made clothing simply because tailors can make those clothes precisely according to individual customers' measurement and styles. Obviously, the fitness of clothing is what those people care about most. Finally, producing items by hand is more flexible. It releases people from being confined by molds that are necessary for machine-made manufacturing. For example, in handmade pottery making, people can create new designs at any time. While in machine manufacturing, however, molds have to be made in advance, and afterward all finished products are based on the same molds and have completely the same looks. If a different look is needed, people must reproduce the molds first. Moreover, there are still some items that cannot be produced by machine because there are no matched molds. In conclusion, it is easy to get the conclusion that doing work by hand is more flexible than by machine in most cases, so I prefer products that are made by hand. Should students evaluate their teachers? I am always amazed when I hear people saying that students have no rights to evaluate their teachers, and that if they do so, they should be regarded as dishonest. Even one did not know from concrete examples that schools should ask students to voice what they think of their teachers, one can deduce it from general principles. It is true that a young man, one of the students, may be conceited, ill-mannered, presumptuous or fatuous, but no one will have the ability to make sure that all teachers are not behaving like this. When a student has some fault, it is the teacher's duty to tell him what he should do. On the other hand, when a teacher does wrong, others, including his students, are bound to let him know. It is as if, sometimes, that what many teachers have done are devoid of any mistake. However, the way they taught still deserve improvements. In schools, students try to develop abilities and skills and prepare for their careers in the future. It is true that what they get from schools may be perfectly adapted to the society during a certain period of time, but the world is not still, it is changing all the time. What is learned today may become outdated tomorrow. As a result, teachers, who are bound to make improvements of what they teach according to the reflections of the society, should be evaluated by their students. Furthermore, giving students the right to evaluate their teachers help create the air of freedom in schools. This is especially important to inspire students' thought and to encourage them to think. If students are not allowed to voice what they think of their teacher, they will have to do what the teachers tell them exactly, only to become robots that can do nothing other than following instructions. Taking into account of all these factors, we may reach the conclusion that it is significantly necessary to ask students to express what they think of their teachers, and this does good to the students, to the teachers, and to the society as a whole.